And we are live. Welcome, mystery and thriller fans. I'm your on-air host, Sara DiVello, and I am so excited to welcome back the incredible Rachel Howzell Hall. Here to give us the inside scoop on her brand new red hot book out tomorrow. Here we lie. Rachel, welcome back. Tell us about Here We Lie.
Having me back. I am so excited to talk about We Lie Here. Here it is again. This
Oh,
is just
it's so gorgeous. I
the
love it.
ease of the publication copy. It's much more fancy. When you get your hard copies tomorrow, y'all, take off the dust jacket. Like Thomas and Mercer, they go buck wild on like the naked book. So take it off, enjoy it. Thank you, Thomas and Mercer. So yes, We Lie Here. What do you want to know?
So give us the scoop on this book. Spill the tea, as the cool kids say. Tell us about this book. Tell us how you came up with this book. Tell us why this book. Why now? Give us all the inside deets.
So We Lie Here is a story of a young TV writer, Yara Gibson, who returns to her home in the high desert outside of Los Angeles in Palmdale, California, which is in the Mojave, about 70 miles northeast or west of Los Angeles. She is going there to plan her parents' 20th wedding anniversary celebration. Yara is a severe asthmatic, and so probably the worst place for a severe asthmatic to be is in a place where there's dust and heat and extreme everything, and a mom who smokes. But she's rallying, she wants to be the perfect daughter. And as she is hanging out with her sister at the Holiday Inn parking lot, as one does when one is in Palmdale, a third cousin comes up to her to say, "Hey, you don't know me. I'm your cousin. I have something very important to tell you." Now, her younger sister is way more mouthy and assertive than Yara is. And they basically tell this cousin, back the hell off. We don't even know you. I think you're crazy. And the girls go off. But Yara is curious. She's a creative. She's kind of interested. She's not really wanting drama because she has enough drama dealing with her mom, Barbara, aka Queen Bee, aka Barb Wire. And she's trying to like focus on that. But when she does finally, it's like, what is this? What is Felicia, my cousin? What is she talking about? When she's finally ready to kind of deal with it, her cousin's found dead in Lake Palmdale. And so Yara is left with this mystery about what her cousin wanted to say to her, this key that her cousin left her to a cabin that Yara's never visited before, and basically her origin story, who her parents were before they got married, who she actually is. It's about family and family origins, of course. It's about secrets. It's about, dealing with your environment, God's environment, and the environment of family. I wanted to use the desert because old dead things are left out in the desert, and you sometimes have to dig to find them. It's right outside of Angela's National Forest, and to get to a forest, you drive, and it's curvy roads, and that's how I see the story. That's how I see family, and so I wanted to smush it all in together, and it's called We Lie Here.
Well, we are here for every tasty, delicious bit, Rachel, and I can't wait to dive into all of it. But first, I just want to welcome everyone who is watching. We are broadcasting live to 6 different destinations, so no matter where you're watching from: Facebook, YouTube, Bitchy Bookworms, Mystery and Thriller Mavens, Murder by the Book, my channels, wherever you're in the right place, this is the right time. You know how it works. It's Mystery Monday, y'all. So we are here because Mondays can be murder. We're going to make them a little less painful. So you get to ask my handpicked featured author, Ms. Rachel herself, anything you want. Ask her about her writing. What's the secret to being a New York Times bestselling author? Ask her about how this book, why the desert. We got a lot of things to dive into, and I can't wait to dive in. So let's do it. Catch a clue. Welcome to the conversations. This is Hi, Sara and Rachel. Hi, Wendy. So great to have you. Always a pleasure to see your name pop up. Shay with the hobbies. Hey, girl. She says, I wasn't going to miss this interview. All the hearts. Shay, always a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for coming. Melissa Watson joining us live from Australia. She says, hi, Sara and Rachel. Hey, Melissa. Welcome. Good day, I should say.
Good day.
Good day. Welcome. And oh, hey, Anissa saying hello, and Sarah and Rachel. Anissa saying this is such a gorgeous cover. She wants to know the story. How much input did you have? So hold it up. Tell us the story of the cover, Rachel.
So I wanted this car in the story. Her mom, Barbara, owns a 1970, I think it's 70, 71 gold Camaro. And it's one of those pieces that there's something about this car. And it's Los Angeles, Los Angeles County, and we're nothing but car culture, but there's secrets in here. And yeah, I that's all I said. And so my publishers came back with all these images, and it's like, yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. And we went round after round. And, the colors just really, really pop. And it goes with the story. And there's, dust kicking up. It's really atmospheric. I absolutely love it. It's a fantastic book. And my dog has come to say hello.
Oh, hi, doggy. Thank you for coming to say hello. So, Rachel, you said to them you wanted a gold Camaro, and they said, let me find it.
I was open to whatever they had. And the designer picked something that had an old Camaro. And it's like, ooh, can we make it gold? And then we went from there. And yeah, it turned out really, really lovely.
And Rachel, right? You were saying that actually the hardcover version has a little secret with the cover. Tell us what it is. How do we see it? How do we do it?
If you get the hardcover, just take off the dust cover, and you will see this whole tapestry of a forest with a car. Oh, it's absolutely, yeah. See, take off the dust cover, y'all. It took my breath away. It really did. It took my breath away.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait to get my hardcover and peel back that dust.
Yes. Yes.
If you are in a private Facebook group tonight, you can stay mysterious, or you can show us your identity, your choice. You can just enable settings above the live. You can stay mysterious. Someone saying hello, Sara and Rachel. Hello, friends.
User.
And they are saying that they love it when dogs come on the show.
It is dinner time, and she's like, "What is happening? Not again! Not again!" Yes.
She says yellow gold Camaro 1971. Tried golden dog food in my bowl.
Exactly. Oh. You know so much.
If you know so much, put the food in my bowl.
Yep.
So y'all, the book is out tomorrow. Here is the link. Pre-order it tonight. And the good folks at Murder by the Book will put it in the mail to you tomorrow when it comes out. So here is the link, no matter wherever you are. And oh my gosh, our mystery friend is revealing that it's Aline Cogdell, a mystery book reviewer extraordinaire. Hi, Aline. Thank you so much for joining us. So Aline, it's right above. I'll pop the link in for you. So it's right above. It just says enable privacy settings here. Let me grab it for it. Or you know what? I'm sorry. It just says streamyard.facebook.com. I'm going to give you that link. So Aline, here, I'll reply to you right here so that you can see it. So Rachel, tell us something you've never told us before about the book.
Let's see. Oh, well, like all my stories, they just didn't come out of like the ether, right? There is a true crime story that I read, and it was completely wild. And I like completely wild. Like, what am I reading right now? And it stayed with me. It bothered me. And so I don't want to kind of give you what that case is, but it deals with identity. It deals with spurned lovers. It deals with secrets, and just a crazy woman who just wants what she wants. And I had to have it. I had to somehow find a way to combine it with the themes that I'm always interested in, and that's family and relationships and crime, both the kind that you get arrested for, but also little ones that we do to each other that, aren't necessarily illegal, but they're hurtful. That kind of thrown away comment, the cutting in front of somebody on the freeway, those little hurts that you feel during Thanksgiving dinner. I wanted to combine all that homemade dread into a story that I had read. So after you read the story, email me or tweet at me at Rachel Howzell, and I will tell you where I got the story. It's far more wild than what I actually ended up doing. So whenever
Wow.
you think, oh, this is crazy, this can't happen. Yeah, well, you don't know people.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. A level 10 excitement right now. So, Melissa, thank you for the great question.
Thank you.
Rachel, thank you for giving us the backstory. So, walk us through the moment that you read this true crime where you just sitting having your coffee and a bagel and they're reading the newspaper. Like,
Yeah.
how did you find you in your car? Well, how did it go?
Well, I'm interested in origin stories right now, and I'm interested in people discovering who they are. And I'm also interested in discovering who your parents were before they became your parents. And I was interested in that with toxic things, and it still is kind of continuing, especially as my daughter's getting older. She's 18 now, and there she's going into college, and now I'm kind of finally sharing some college stories, but I'm censoring some of it because she doesn't need to know that her mother was kind of buck wild back in, from 88 to 92. But that's the thing. It's like, well, she has known me as Rachel, my mother, all her life. And now she's learning there was, Rachel who loved dancing until midnight, Rachel who hitchhiked that one time with her friends because it was late, there were no buses, and we had to do something. Rachel who would split Jack Daniels down home punch in the bathroom with her sorority sister. She hasn't met that woman yet. And so I'm interested in what her reaction will be, and I haven't killed anyone, but I've certainly hurt people in my life. And sometimes you don't know that you've done that until someone says it. But people live with these little hurts, and what
Mm.
do they do with these little hurts? Some do lash out, some don't. But that's what I'm exploring in the story. What happens when someone's been hurt so much that they do something totally out of norm on both sides.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, I have a lot of things going on that I'm always interested in figuring out as I'm writing my stories. I see family as like we all have them. We all have like weird things that go on in them. And I find
Mm.
that hilarious, and I find it scary because, Charles Manson had a family, all these Ted Bundy had a family, but it's they're just ripe fields for crime fiction.
Yes. Wow. Fascinating. I am so here for this. And I was really resonating with what you said because I actually was thinking about when you were talking, I actually was thinking how easy, because we all grow, hopefully, and evolve past who we were at the Thanksgiving table, maybe in high
Yeah.
school or college or whatever.
Yeah.
But, and we are our new selves. But sometimes when we go back to that Thanksgiving table or back to that thing, and just one offhanded cutting comment of, someone, I don't know, taking an extra helping of turkey or whatever it is, and all of a sudden you're back to that, chubby girl, and you just, and
Yeah.
it's, you're wounded, you're so, or whatever the wound may be. And
Yeah.
it's amazing how quickly and how incisively those cuts can cut to the quick.
Right. And for Yara, who is a writer, she is so used to putting words in people's mouths. She's so used to knowing what the story is, what the plot is. And now she's going into this environment that she can't control. She can't control the dust storms that plague, Palmdale. She can't control her mother. There's one line where she is upset with her father. And she says, and I tweeted this, that she just wanted him to say the lines, to be a part of this scene where he comes out of his trailer and just acts the way he's supposed to act. And for her, she needs that sense of control. This is a woman who can't breathe without, this plastic, or not plastic, but this metal tube that has life-saving medicines in it. So she's always looking for ways to kind of control the chaos around her because she's, there is nothing but chaos in her family.
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah.
Shay saying, I love that thought. It's one that I'm exploring with my intergenerational mystery. The fact that we only know our parents or grandparents in their current places in our lives and not their lives before.
Yeah.
Right. Fascinating, fascinating stuff. And Shay also had a question. Oh, two questions. Oh, these are really good. First of all, she wants to know how many POVs are in this book, Rachel?
Um, two, but one's more of a more flashbacky one, and that's just occasionally. But it's all Yara. Um, no, actually, I'm sorry, I'm lying. It's three. Hold on. No, it's only two. It's only two. It's the villain and Yara. So
Ooh, the villain and Yara. Okay. And she would like to, she said her go-to question is, what fiction books do you think are great examples of the craft of writing
yeah.
and would recommend for writers to read? And Shay, I remember when you asked Walter Mosley that question. I love when you ask that question because it gives us so much to work with. So Rachel, over to you.
So I have three suggestions. You said Walter. He has a book on fiction and writing or something like that. It came out maybe 3 years ago. Read that. I highlight things, and basically the entire book's highlighted. So read that. On writing with Stephen King, he is my go-to for everything. I love Stephen King. He writes with such seemingly ease, and he's so engaging. And I love setting. He's a master of setting. So that, and also to kind of make it even more simple to get your mind to a place where you're thinking cinematically, I would say Save the Cat. There's a book, and there's of course the software, but there is a book that helps you with beats, what should happen when, examples of those types of whatever kind of story you're writing, from the why done it to guy with the problem type story. So I would say those three. But more than that, I would say if you're interested in writing crime and mystery, reading those stories, both some that, everybody loves Dennis Lehane, but also read people who you don't know, and whose stories you don't think you'd write. It's still good to see how folks are doing it. I like reading for, of course, the enjoyment, but also to see the tricks. And that's why it's probably hard for me to read mystery crime just for fun, because I'm always looking to see, how did they do that? How did they keep me engaged? What fancy new toys are writers playing with in their writing today? So read, and then read some more, and read outside of your genre. I like nonfiction. I like a lot of true crime, of course, but we're kind of like Eric Larson type books, Thunderstruck and Devil in the White City, those types of things. So yeah.
Oh, these are great recommendations.
Mhm.
Shay, thank you for the great question, Rachel. Thank you for these very insightful answers. I love the idea of you, asking yourself, how do they do this? How do they keep engaged? Because I try to ask myself those questions, but then I get sucked into the story,
Yeah.
and it's hard to
Right.
keep that. It's hard for me to keep that distance.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Readers Gotta Read asked how many POVs, not Shay. I'm sorry. I wrongly said that. That was right under Shay's question. So Shay asked, Shay with the hobbies asked my go-to question, and Readers Gotta Read was how many POVs. I'm sorry. I got those two. Sorry, I got those questions. They were right on top of each other, and I'm clicking fast, y'all, because I don't want to miss anybody's question. And I just wanted to go back to, so everybody, Rachel has said that after you read the book, you can tweet at her and she will DM you the true crime behind the story. So I just hopped over to her Twitter to copy and paste her link in so that you can give her a follow. So click over there, give her a
Yeah.
follow. She is here's the link. So click and follow her. And then after you read the book, tweet at her and she's offered to share secretly, one by one, the true crime story that inspired this book. So everybody grab that. I was so busy copying and pasting links, I got distracted. Here you go, because I want everyone to have that opportunity. Okay, I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody's questions. I'm scrolling through. Portia, welcome to the conversation, saying she loves Save the Cat.
Yeah,
So,
it's a great system.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Rachel.
It's a great system where it started out as more of a screenwriting thing, but they've expanded it to novels. Just meet the hero, of course. It's basically the hero's journey, but easier to understand. I believe, along with page counts. It's great that there's software that goes along with it, and those examples. For instance, for the guy with a problem plot type of genre book, for instance, guy with a problem, that would be what's that? The Martian. Yes, The Martian. So he'll take The Martian and he'll beat it out in the Save the Cat system. And then you can kind of see, oh, that happens there, that happens there. This is where the B story breaks out. This is where all is lost happens. It's a great system. I always look forward to. I'm an outliner, so I'm always looking forward to outlining with this with Save the Cat.
Oh, thank you so much for these recommendations. Because I don't know these words, these beats, and this. I'm going to check that out. Thank you so much. Aline saying on writing is the best.
It is. It is. That was, I think, that and Anne Lamont's Bird by Bird were my first two books that I read when I said, I think I want to write a novel. When I got a little brave and I read them, and I still have them over there in my bookcases.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, Melissa would like to know, cool question. How did you come up with the characters' names? Let's start with Yara.
Yara, I wanted something. It's a very pretty name, but it's an unusual name. And I think she's pretty and unusual. And she's kind of like that. And I see the name Yara as kind of like that. And it kind of just landed with her. Just very simple, kind of elegant, but very down home and ethnic sounding, but not too ethnic sounding. And so she fit that. Barbara is a pistol. And I wanted her to have a badass kind of nickname, and Barb and Barbed Wire and Queen Bee. That was perfect for B, that kind of like stark, kind of hard, but at the same time, kind of elegant in its old school ways. Dominique, I wanted her to be kind of like feisty, a different type of flavor than Yara, who's kind of light and whatever. Dominique is kind of like that, Nikki and Dom and hard consonants. That's Dominique. Robert, the dad, I wanted, a good guy's name, Rob, Bob, Robert. The name that I had the most fun with was Dominique's boyfriend, whose name is Ransom. And I got that name from my sister, who once upon a time when we were younger, I remember her telling me that if she ever had a boy, she wanted to name her son Ransom. And I'm like, what the hell kind of name is that? And she's like, well, it's an old English name. And I'm like, I tucked that away. And it makes its appearance in the book. And Ransom is like, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? But there are two meanings to it. So I wanted to play on that as well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love this. I love how you're it's a mixture of both, Rob, Bob sounds like a good guy's name versus Yara. And then it was a very sort of physical, sort of imaginary experience where you like even had gestures and motions that went with it. I'm loving this conversation. Thank you so much for this. Portia would like to know, oh my gosh, I love this question. Who would you cast as Yara, the main character, and Barbed Wire, her mother? Great question.
In my mind, Barbara is she played Foxy in Jamie Foxx's Gabrielle Bush. Oh, what is her name? Not Gabrielle Union.
But I was going to say not Gabrielle Union. Let me look it up.
She was played Foxy in the Jamie Foxx sitcom from long time ago, back in the 90s.
Oh, and did you have her in mind?
Garcelle Bouvet. Garcelle Bouvet. That's her name.
Okay, Garcelle Bouvet. And were you picturing her as you wrote, or did that come to you later?
I pictured her as I wrote. She's beautiful and almost imperious in her beauty.
Ooh.
And that is who Barbara is. Is like, she is pretty, and she will let you know just how pretty she is. Barbara is a former track star, so she's kind of that flashy, very self-assured woman. And for Yara, I don't know the actress's name, but she's not Kiki, but she looks similar to Kiki Larson. I think that's her name. Yeah, so those two were my leads. Yeah.
So Garcelle Bouvet, and I just want to write down. And who was the other one?
She looks like Keke Palmer, but it's not Keke Palmer. But I think it's kind of like Keke Palmer.
Perhaps. Okay. A Keke Palmer like look.
Yeah.
For Yara.
Yeah, but with kind of like coiled, wild curls.
Ooh, yes. Oh, I love that. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay.
And I pictured Dominique as a young Rihanna.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah. Okay. I can see it. See it. I love that. And just making sure. Oh, okay. So many great questions. Okay. Shay saying, OMG. I love Bird by Bird. It's a fave. Shay, me too. Mine is so battered and falling apart, ripped, and have all these post-it notes and notes in the margin, but it's so beloved. I will love it forever.
Ever.
And Nisa would like to know, what is a book in your bookshelf that would surprise us that you have? Oh, good question. And Nisa's a librarian, so you got to take that with an extra bit of gravitas.
Okay. Oh, it's probably something. It's probably Lonesome Dove. I don't like Westerns really, but that book I loved. It's not really a romance, and I don't think you'd be surprised. Like all of V.C. Andrews, Flowers in the Attic, Petals in the Wind. But I'm of that age that, yeah, of course, that would be in my bookshelf. I think probably other than Lonesome Dove, I would say Jackie Collins, but she's kind of genre and funny and that's a good question. I don't think you'd be surprised by anything, because I write so weirdly and kind of like touching so many genres that you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, she'd read that. I'm kind of promiscuous in my reading.
I like that, and I respect that. And Nisa, thank you so much for such a cool, insightful question that gave us a sneak peek into not only Rachel's bookshelves, but also a little bit more about Rachel, the reader, Rachel, the person. I love that. Okay, Rachel, do you still write early in the morning, 0 dark 30? If so, how do you stay motivated? Okay, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Tell us, fill us in.
I do get up between 4:30 and 4:40 every morning to write. Yes, I do, except for Christmas morning and when I actually go away on vacation, which we did it's been a month almost. We went to Greece and I did not write. I didn't even open up any like writing related emails. I did not do it. But I get up every morning to write because I still work my day job. I'm still a fundraising medical writer with a huge medical center out here in Los Angeles. And I am a mom. And so 4:30 to 7 is the only time really that I have to spend concentrated time to write. I give myself the best words, as I always say, because I give my job the next best words. And then sometimes I will work after I get off work, but it's usually thoughtless stuff like transcribing things or, sticking Post-it notes on things I need to do for tomorrow. But yes, my golden retriever, whenever I think I'm going to try and sleep in, she's like, no, I have to pee and you have to feed me. And she wakes me up and I get up and feed her and the cats and I'm there. every
What
morning.
a lovely way to wake up. If you have to wake up that early, waking up with a sweet little dog alarm is the
Ah,
cutest. Oh,
she doesn't. It's weird when I'm away and it's just my husband home. She doesn't wake him up. She wakes me up.
interesting.
Yeah, he's like, no, she doesn't wake me up. It's
I
weird.
feel like so she's trying to support your writing, Rachel. I feel like you should dedicate your next book to her or something
I think
because
I will.
this
Yeah,
book is only possible because of her loving
because
TLC.
Lex woke me up. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, Shay, thank you. Giving us Garcelle Bouvet as well. She played Fancy and
Yes.
says
Fancy, not Foxy.
she played Fancy and she is intrigued by that casting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am also intrigued by casting. Shay, when you read the book, tweet it out, tag me and Rachel who you would cast.
That would
Is
be
this
great.
who you see as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah.
Shay's very active. She has a YouTube channel. She's also on Twitter and Instagram. So Shay, when you read the book, tweet to us who you see because it would be interesting to know, or everybody, not just Shay, everybody read the book. And then when you see, let us know who you see it. Is it these same actresses that Rachel sees as the author, or are you seeing different people? So let us know.
One more casting. Barbara's best friend, Lorraine, who her son Ransom got a tattoo and misspelled it. He called La Rian. She is in my head, Monique, the actress Monique.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Well, I want to remind y'all the book is out tomorrow. The book is out tomorrow. This is a very special pre-launch event. I emailed Rachel's publicists in December to lock in this interview. I was like, I got to have her back. So I have been looking forward to this for 8 months.
Me
And
too.
finally, here it is. So everybody, here's the link. Pre-order here. Grab it, click it. You're going to want to take that dust jacket off, take her out, let her out, see what's going under there, and then tweet us who your casting choices would be, and then DM Rachel for the true crime.
Yep.
Shay saying, a funny thing, we're reading an RHH book next month for crime readers of color. From the way she was describing Barbara, I was totally thinking of Jennifer Lewis as the mama. Okay.
That would have been good. Jennifer Lewis, I'd say 20 years ago. But it is that kind of like big personality. You don't cross her. You don't cross her. Yes.
You don't cross barbed wire. I think that's the takeaway.
You do not.
And Lisa saying, please have Rachel back for their next book. She is totally awesome. Rachel, will you come back with your next book?
Of course I will. I love you. I love y'all.
Yay. Well, we love having you on. We are over our time. We're 3 minutes over, but I have got to share some of the rave reviews that Rachel is earning. These are not given. These are earned. Publishers Weekly raving. Hall exhibits a mastery of slowly building pressure cooker tension until it explodes. A less accomplished writer might not have been able to be as convincing with occasional situational contracts that stretch credulity, but Hall pulls it off with aplomb. She remains a writer to watch. Hell yes, you do. And we are watching and we are cheering for you, Rachel. This is amazing. And they're not the only ones. Kirkus, who I believe the New York Times called reliably and curmudgeonly, they had only rave reviews things to say. Oh, here's Aline having something to say. Aline, let me pop you up here. Hold on for a second. Rachel saying Rachel is one of the authors that Aline looks forward to reading each year. This from the queen of mystery reviews for the Sun Sentinel, Publishers Weekly, Shelf Awareness, so many other places. The one and only Aline Cogdell. Aline, thank you so much for that. That must be hugely meaningful.
Yeah, it really is.
Yay. Kirkus said what's most special about the book is the array of complex characters. The dialogue is sharp, observant, and emotional without ever straying into sentimentality. And the mystery of who is targeting the Gibson family manages to stay compelling despite the many twists and turns. This captivating domestic thriller will keep you on your toes. Portia saying, Rachel, you inspire her so much.
Thank you. I'm blushing. You can't tell. Thank you.
Yay. Portia, so lovely to have you here with us today. And thank you for sharing those words. Rachel's so inspirational. And I'm so happy to know that. book list saying that, Rachel, your knack for creating driven, relatably vulnerable heroines like Yara is the key to your latest success. Congratulations on that. What do you have to say about vulnerable characters, creating vulnerable characters?
I am interested in creating fully formed women, and we're vulnerable, we're strong. I want them all in my book, and I want them all expressing the entire trajectory of emotion. And I, like all writers, I'm a vampire, and I listen to people, and I listen to women, especially how we say things, how we don't say things, how we react toward one another. And I, these are incredible reviews. And my only wish, when I'm going to the writing, I want to earn my twists, and I want to just write the best story, the most honest story that I can. I want to earn it all. And so I'm really appreciative of those incredible reviews, of everyone's, support here. It really means so much to me when I'm waking up and wondering, why am I getting up at 4:40? Is someone going to read this? They're going to think it's crap. What am I doing? Maybe I should just sleep in or play video games all day. So thank you. It is truly meaningful for me.
Oh, Rachel, I love that you said I want to earn my twists, and the way that you were speaking of creating women characters. I mean, it's just a whole vibe. I was, yes, this resonates. Thank you. Tracy Clark, award-winning author, also raving about this, saying that you give us a tight, lean eye level look. I struggle to write tight and lean. I overwrote horribly on my last book. Any words of wisdom on that?
Yes, read it aloud. I tend to overwrite, and then I will read it aloud, and that's when the cutting starts. When you get to a part when you're like, oh, I'm going to rush through this to get to the good part, it should all be the good part. And that means just cutting it. If it's something that's like golden, but you need to cut it, just save it somewhere and use it later. It's yours. It's not like you're plagiarizing. It's your stuff. And but reading aloud helps you with the music of writing. You hear and the jazz of it. And I like voice. I like when I pick up a book, I'm like, oh, that's Kelly Garrett. I knew this. Just I didn't have to see her name. And that's how I want to be. I want readers to pick up my stories and not even know who it is, but it's like, this sounds like Rachel.
I love that. I love that. And speaking of Kelly Garrett, she's also raving about this book. Kelly was on the show when her book, Like a Sister, came out, another one of my favorites this year. And she also had, I'm popping it up right now. I can't forget Sean Cosby. Also, he said Rachel Howzell Hall continues to shatter the boundaries of crime fiction through the sheer force of her indomitable talent. Yes. Amazing words of praise there. And I'm popping all of these reviews in there. Ivy Pachota also raving. Alex Segura, he was on the show as well, saying we like here is a can't miss a book. Congratulations on all of these. I'm looking for Kelly's because I popped it in here, but now, of course, I can't find it. But it is in the comments here. Oh, here's Kelly's, saying Rachel continues to prove why she is one of crime fiction's leading writers. We like her as a psychological suspense fan's dream, with both a heroine you'll want to read for and a story that you'll want to keep reading late into the night. This is a must read. Kelly Garrett herself raving about that. I could go on, and I'm popping all of these into the comments so that everyone can read them at their leisure. But Rachel, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming on. What a pleasure to host you again. This book is amazing. I love you, and I love your writing and your books. So everybody,
I'm here. Thank you so much again. Thank you everybody who showed up tonight. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we have the best group. Everyone, thank you so much for all the hearts up on Facebook. I really appreciate that. Here's the pre-order link. Grab it. Take out the dust jacket. See what's underneath. Tweet at Rachel for the secret true story behind the crime.
Yes.
All right, y'all, that's a wrap on Mystery Monday, because Mondays can be murder. I will see you next week. Take care until then. Rachel, we'll see you when your next book is out.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Y'all.